Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24. Today we're going to get into our first full week of the 2028 season as we're going to stay on the road to begin where the 1-2 Las Vegas Athletics will face the 2-2 New York Mets here at Citi Field. So you got to wait a little bit longer to see our debut of our stadium, but if you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. The A's took 1 of 3 in Boston, while the Mets split 4 here at home against the St. Louis Cardinals. They're going to send Steven Matz onto the mound today, the lefty who last year made 31 starts and had a 4.46 ERA in that span. Bryson Stott leads off for the A's, the new guy from Philadelphia, and he will start by drawing a walk. So Stott takes first base, just like we saw last time. That'll bring up Robbie Martin, who hit 265 last year, 8 homers, 33 RBIs. Glad to have him back from his injury as he hits this one up the middle. And there's going to be a play at second, but not a play at first. And it's going to be a fielder's choice for Robbie Martin. He'll swap spots here at first base. Brings up Soderstrom, who can't connect on the sinker for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Kevin Alcantara, the former Chicago Cub. Hitting 221 last year, trying to get some more depth in the outfield, and he misses a changeup right down the middle. So Matz will get through the first. On the mound for the Athletics will be Jordan Wicks, the other guy got in that Cubs trade with Alcantara for Mika Bell, making his Athletics debut. 1 of 3 new starting pitchers in this rotation. Tommy Edman leads off for the Mets, and he'll look at strike 3 as he gets caught on the outside corner for the first out. That'll bring up Luis Angel Acuna up next, who pops up a fastball inside where this should be caught by Martin for out number 2. We'll take a look at this Mets lineup. New York last year went 78 and 84, trying to improve upon that. As you can see, they have Tommy Edman, Acuna, and then we'll see Brandon Nimmo up next, followed by Francisco Lindor, Colton Cowser in center field, and the new catcher William Contreras. Matt Thaiss acquired last week at first, and then we'll see Gabriel Rincones Jr. at right, and then Alejandro Mojica at third base. Here is Brandon Nimmo up next, who chops one back to the pitcher, Wicks, who has to make a tough play, and he will. And that's a 1-2-3 first. Good top 2 now. Jacob Wilson leading off for the Athletics, and he tattoos this one to deep center field, and that one's way out of here. A solo home run for Jacob Wilson, named to his first All-Star appearance just a year ago, despite the fact he wasn't really deserving of it, in my opinion. He already goes deep for the second time this season, and now the Athletics with an early 1-0 lead. Later in the second inning, the next batter, Daniel Susac, getting the start at DH today. His first game on the season. As an 0-2 pitch to Susac, and he can't connect on the changeup down low for strike 3. That'll bring up Elliot Ramos, hit under 200 last year, but had a strong spring, looking to build upon that this year. 1-1 to Ramos, who hits this one up the middle, and that's going to be a 1-out base hit. So he will take first base, and that'll bring up the 8-hole hitter Ryan Noda, the lefty. Hit 230 last year, but led all the American League in strikeouts. He has a 2-2 here, and he's going to add another one to it. A sinker right down the middle as he swings and misses for out number 2. And that'll bring up Colby Thomas to round out the lineup, making his debut this season. He played a little bit of time last year after September calls and played pretty good, so he made the opening day roster. But he will fly out to right to end at the top of the second. A's push across 1 as we go bottom 2. Runner on first for Colton Cowser, and Wicks will throw this pitch and actually have to come out of the game with an injury. So now it's going to be a bullpen game the rest of the way. A.J. Puck is in on cold rest as the former Diamondback acquired at the last year's deadline from the Cardinals will step in, and he'll finish off the inning, though. So Puck comes in cold and gets the rest of the mount. Top 3, here's Robbie Martin with 1 down as he singles into right field. As the Athletics done a pretty good job hitting the baseball early. That'll bring up Soderstrom now with an 0-1, and he gets underneath the changeup, hits it well to left center, but just got underneath it a little too much, and that'll be caught for out number 2. So 2 down now for Kevin Alcantara, 1-1, and he will sit on a changeup. This one will go into the gap, and it will drop, and this one's going to be trouble. Martin's already rounding third. He's on his way home, and it's an RBI double for Kevin Alcantara. Then the Athletics now lead 2-0. Trying to add more is Jacob Wilson, already homered in his last step back. It's a nice changeup down the middle, grounds into third, but it's bobbled out there, and a bad throw by Mojica will extend the inning. So an E5 puts him on the corners here with 2 down. A big spot for Daniel Susac, who struck out in his first at-bat. First pitch to him here is a sinker. He times it up well, but he gets underneath it. That will end the third. The A's will push across one more. Bottom three, Puck still in the game. He's going to be asked to go a couple of innings now. As here's Alejandro Mojica up the middle. And the Rule 5 draft pick from Pittsburgh will get his first career MLB hit. Takes us to the top of the lineup, and Tommy Edman up next. And the 3-time Gold Glover will single this one into right field. Now the Mets are in business. 2 on, nobody out. Acuna now up next, who went 3 for 5 in his last game, but he strikes out here. There's a nice pitch by Puck to get the first out. Nimmo up next, 1-2, gets a fastball, hits it into right center, but just a little bit underneath it. That'll be the second out, and they do not test the arm of Kevin Alcantara. Needing one more is Francisco Lindor, who rips it into left. Ramos is back, he gives it an effort, but he gives up short. And that's going to score one, and it's going to score a second. The Mets with a 2 RBI double have tied this one right back up at 2 apiece. Still trying to get out of the inning, Colton Cowser up next, and he will single up the middle, and Lindor will score. It's an RBI, and the Mets have their first lead of the ball game at 3-2 off the bat of Colton Cowser. That'll bring up William Contreras up next. The former Guardian will swing and miss, but the damage has been done. Going to the top of the fourth now, 2 down for Colby Thomas, and well, he's going to get us back to square one. Rips a slider into left, and this one's into the second deck. A solo home run for Colby Thomas. That's why he made the opening day roster. He hit well last year, and he had a pretty solid spring. And now with that home run, that's his first of the season, and we're not at all back up at 3 apiece. Next batter will be Bryson Stott, and the first pitch he sees will be a slurve, which he mashes through the right side of the infield. So the inning potentially not done yet. Robbie Martin now in the 2 spots. Already got a base hit today, and he looks for another one. Perfectly times this one to deep left center, and it's going to go over the fence for a home run. A 2-run shot by Robbie Martin, and the Athletics have the lead right back. They answer with a 3 spot of their own. His first home run of the season, as Martin's not known for his power, but he perfectly timed it, and the Athletics lead 5-3. Garrett Whitlock will then come into the 4th inning. The former Blue Jay acquired in a trade will step up and asked to go a couple as well. He'll start off with Matt Theis, who's acquired just last week from the Mariners, and he will fly out to center field. Next batter will be Rincones Jr. with an 0-1, and he will also hit this one well. Deep center field, Alcantara is back at the track, and he makes the grab, as Alcantara doing a lot of running this half inning. Mojica up next. He crushes this one to deep left center. Alcantara going after this one as well, but he won't be able to reach it because that's a solo home run for Alexander Mojica, the first in his MLB career. The Mets get one off the bat of the Rule 5 draft pick, who's had a great debut, I should say. 2 hits, a single, and a home run, and now the Mets trail 5-4. Top of the lineup now with Tommy Edman up, and he gets underneath the sinker, as all the hits that Whitlock gave up were all air balls. And Alcantara will put that one away as well. Going to the next inning, Victor Medeiros in for the Mets. Did not have a good season last year with a negative 2.7 WAR for a reliever. That's awful. He'll get the top of the 5th with Kevin Alcantara, but gets some swing on a slider. He timed it up well, just missed it. Wilson now up next with an 0-1. He gets a hanging curveball. Hits this one deep to left field. At the track at the wall is Nimmo, and it is caught. Oh, I thought that one had a chance. Instead it dies out. 2 outs now here in the 5th for Daniel Susac, who pops up a sinker on a full count pitch. And Medeiros does come in and get a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom 6 now, 2 on, 1 out for Whitlock, who grounds this over to Noda. This should be a double play to end the inning, but Martin's throw back to first is offline. It's not going to be an error, but it's going to continue the inning, and now Mason Miller is in with runners on the corners with 2 outs and an inning that should be over. Trying to strand the runners and keep it a lead. He has to do it against Mojica, who will deliver again. Mojica with his 3rd hit of the day, and it's tied up at 5 apiece. What a debut for Alexander Mojica as he gets his 3rd hit of the day. Tommy Edman up next, and he draws a walk, so the inning not over yet. Miller now has to strand them loaded against Luis Angel Acuna. 0-1, and he pops up the fastball over to second. This will be caught by Stott, but it's all tied up again at 5 apiece. The bullpen blowing any lead that we give them. Carl Edwards now in for the 3rd time this season, which is interesting because he only appeared in 6 games last year. So getting a lot more work here in 2028. He's been good in his first 2 appearances. Starts off with Soderstrom and strikes him out on the high heat. I'll bring up in the 4th spot Kevin Alcantara, who is 1 for 3 today with an RBI double in one of the earlier innings. He draws a walk. Cutter misses up high, and we have a base runner again. Jacob Wilson now up next. First pitch to him, and he tries to pull a cutter into left, and this one will be caught by Nimmo. It hangs up just enough for him to make the grab. 2 outs now for Daniel Susac, who hits this one up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Alcantara will try to leg for third. It's going to be a good throw, but he's in there safely. Now the A's with a chance to take the lead right back. And Elliot Ramos drive a runner in with an 0-2. He goes down on the 12-6. And we leave 2 on base here. Bottom 7 now. Miller stays in the game. 1 down for Francisco Lindor, who crushes a fastball deep to left center. Alcantara will watch this one fly. It's a solo home run for Francisco Lindor. And the Mets have the lead right back. A tater for Lindor, his first tater of the season, and it couldn't come at a better time as New York's back out in front here in the 7th inning. Going into later is Joe Barlow now in, making his 2nd appearance, as our bullpen has really struggled in this game. He was our best reliever last year. He comes in with a runner on first for William Contreras, and he will single up the middle. And the runner on first will go all the way to third, where he's safe. So now Barlow has to strain them on the corners with 1 down. And it's Matt Thaiss. Full count pitch to Thaiss. He laces this one to center. It should be caught, but it should be deep enough to score the run. And despite a good throw, it will be. So it's 7-5 Mets. That earned run will go against Miller, despite Barlow allowing it. 2 down now for Rincones, who draws a walk. And now Barlow's struggling to get through the 7th. Mojica up next, who's had a great day today, is finally going to record his first out, as Noda will flip it to Barlow. But the Mets now lead 7-5, and they'll take into the 8th for their setup man, and Joel Payamps, who making his 2nd appearance of the season. Appearing in 36 games last year with a .227 ERA, has been pretty reliable for the Mets. And he'll start off by striking out Ryan Noda, who can't pull the trigger on the circle change. Colby Thomas now up next. It's a home run to his name already today, but he also goes down on the circle change. Picture perfect on the corner, as there's now 2 down for Bryson Stott. And he pulls a 2-2 fastball into right, but it's going to be hit right at Rincones, who will record the out for the 8th. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Anthony Bender now in, who did not have a good debut. You can see that ERA. INF stands for infinity, which is the worst you could possibly be. He will record his first out as an Athletic here, though, as he gets Acuna to ground out to third, so at least his ERA will have some numbers to it. That'll bring up Brandon Nimmo with a 2-2, swings at a pitch in the dirt. Soderstrom will get to it, and Bender does a good job at keeping it at 2-run deficits. But that means the Mets are going to turn it over to Edwin Diaz, the 2-time reliever of the year, and now 6-time All-Star. He's responsible for 376 career saves. Will be asked to shut the door here in the 9th. One of the best in the business, Edwin Diaz. Look at those numbers from last year. Incredible. Martin will start off first. The first pitch he sees, he'll pop up an inside fastball. That one should be caught by Mojica, and that'll be out number 1. Soderstrom now up next in the 3 spot today. It's been a quiet day for him. 2-1. He gets a 101 mile an hour fastball, gets a piece of it into left. It's got some carry, and it's actually going to clear the fence. Okay, Tyler Soderstrom hits a Soder pop here in the 9th. Shout out Toby Rohr in the comments again for coining that one. His first of the season. I did not expect that one to get out, but when you throw 101 mile an hour heat, the ball might carry a little farther. So now it's just a 1-run deficit, 7-6. Alcantara up next, swings wildly at a slider. How the heck are you supposed to hit that pitch? That is insane. Game comes down to Wilson, and he will get a fastball down and away, grounds it over to second, and that will do it for this one. The Mets win by a final score of 7-6 in a game that had a lot of fireworks. A back-and-forth affair where both teams had their fair share of leads, a lot of scoring. Exciting one for the home fans here at Citi Field. Unfortunately, this is a game I feel like the Athletics should have won. The offense played great, 6 runs, 11 hits, but the bullpen just did not do a good job in this game. Blew a couple of leads. I know Wicks had to leave the game early because of an injury, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit more out of the bullpen, and they blew this game. So we lose game 1 of this game 7-6. And taking a look at the injury from Jordan Wicks, on that throw he broke his arm. 2 to 3 months he's going to be out. That's unfortunate. One of our newest additions hits the injured list early. Take his spot, we're going to call up J.P. Sears. He's been a staple of the rotation for a couple of years. He hasn't been that great, so I think he'll transition to more of a long relief role and see if that works out. Now, I do say that, as right after this game, there is a trade between the Guardians and the Nationals between a couple of prospects, so that's interesting. But game 2, J.P. Sears actually gets the start, and he wins 3-1. So a good performance from J.P. Sears because Francisco wasn't fully rested. He goes 7 innings of no earned run ball. So I think he'll actually keep that 5 spot in the rotation. And then we win game 3 as well, 6-4, taking the series. Geloff had a good game, going 3 for 5. Bieber, 7 innings, 1 earned run ball. Bender did blow another save, but we were able to rally and get Ayala his 3rd of the season. That'll take us into our first home series here in Las Vegas. And in prime time, without further ado, new Las Vegas Stadium. Here it is in all of its glory, an absolute beautiful ballpark here in Paradise, Nevada, right next door to Las Vegas. As on prime time, the Athletics at 3-3 will play host to the 3-4 New York Yankees in a packed house. Look at this place. It is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to play our home games here with a packed crowd and a big-time matchup. This feels like the biggest game the Athletics have played in quite some time. When's the last time you've seen this many fans in an Athletics stadium? It's crazy here in Las Vegas. Baseball fever is here, and here comes Mackenzie Gore onto the mound to start the game for the Las Vegas Athletics. Coming over on a 3-year deal worth $30 million from the Nationals. He gets to do the honors. He was great in his first starts. He went 6 innings, only 1 earned in the win against Boston at Fenway Park. He'll start today's game with Willie Castro, the Gold Glover, at the plate for the Yankees, and we are ready to get this one started. First batter's a full count, and we'll start with a strikeout. Castro goes down the inside fastball to begin the day. That'll bring up Lane Thomas up next, the right fielder for the Yankees, and he also has a full count, and he'll also go down on the inside fastball. Gore starts with 2 strikeouts. That'll bring up the DH Aaron Judge, the 2-time AL MVP, stepping into the batter's box. He has an 0-2 count here, and Gore with the curveball will strike him out as well, and Gore starts the festivities with 3 straight strikeouts. On the mound for the Yankees will be Chase Hampton, who was great in his first start as well, despite not getting the decision. Last year he only made 5 starts, but he had a 2.08 ERA, so he's been very good for the Yankees despite a small sample size. Bryson Stott, the Las Vegas native, will start off for the A's. It only makes sense that he leads off for the Athletics, and with a 1-0 pitch, he will get a slider, hit it well into right field, and this one will drop. And Stott will start the inning with a leadoff double. That's got to feel great for him. Right here from Las Vegas, he gets the first hit for the Athletics at this new ballpark. So he's already in scoring position. Robbie Martin up next, though, will swing through a high fastball for out number 1. That'll bring up Tyler Soderstrom up next, the 2-time All-Star who has had the best start to his season. He has a 2-2 pitch here, and he will look at strike 3, change up high. And inside will get him looking. So 2 down now for Kevin Alcantara, who started off hot this year with hitting .316. He has a 1-2 pitch here, and Alcantara will swing and miss at a slider, and, well, Hampton will get 3 Ks in the first as well. We'll go to top 2. Here's Nathaniel Lowe up for the Yankees in the second year of a 5-year contract, coming off career highs with 25 home runs last year. He will pop this one up for Jacob Wilson, who will record the first out of the inning. Tyler Stevenson, the catcher, now steps up for New York. And only 125 thus far on the season. 0-1 pitch to him, coming off the game where he got a base hit. Well, this game he won't start with a base hit as he grounds out to Robbie Martin for out number 2. And that'll bring up Dalton Varsho, the other big signing from an offseason a year ago in the second year of that deal, where he also hit career highs in home runs. First pitch to Varsho, grounds it up the middle to Stott.